Okay, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can connect Go High Level to third-party automation tools in order to write a personalized AI message as soon as a new lead comes through. Now, at the moment, you're likely using Go High Level, or you've likely got your existing CRM or automations in place where you're just sending out a generic text message to every single new lead that comes through. So as soon as a new lead comes through, you'll send a templated message out to them. But with this system, what we can do is we can collect data about the lead, and then we can write a personalized message and send it out to the lead within 30 seconds of them actually coming through. So let me show you exactly how it works. So this is the make automation that we use in order to enable this functionality. But let's start off with the form. So this kind of mimics the Facebook ad form, or maybe the general inquiry form you have on your social media or on your website, where leads can obviously fill in their information and give a bit more information about what they're looking for. So they'll give their name, last name, email, phone number. Then we also collect a bit more about their health and fitness goals, what's holding them back from hitting these fitness goals. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed and ready are you to make a serious change in your life right now? So we've got this information, we can feed it all through this AI system that we build. So as soon as this form is filled out, so this form, just for a bit of context, is built within Go High Level. So as soon as this form is filled out, our lead will come through this pipeline. So this, just for a bit of context, this is Go High Level. This is their CRM platform that we use. And this is our agency account. So as soon as a new lead comes through, they'll go through this automation. So if we just click in here, I can show you a bit more about what it is. So as soon as they come through, this automation will be triggered. You can see that it says here when the form is submitted, and the form is the inquiry form, which is this form that I showed you. So when that is submitted, it will trigger this automation. It will send a webhook to this URL with all of that data we collected from the form. So that will include their fitness goals, what's holding them back from hitting the goals, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are they to actually make a change. So with that information, we can then write a really, really good personalized message just to aim to get that lead engaged as soon as possible. And it obviously doesn't seem like it's automated because it's personalized, right? So what we do here, so if we just save this, what happens here, when that webhook is called, it will go through to this make automation. So with this make automation, first we have a webhook trigger, which is configured to the same webhook that we had earlier. And then what happens here is we feed in their data through an OpenAI completion step. So through this step, if this will load, what happens here is we've given it a system prompt. So when you're building out a completion step with OpenAI, there's 3 different styles of roles you can give. So you've got the developer system role, and then you've got the assistant role, and you've got the user role. So the developer / system role is just kind of overarching context regarding what the completion prompt is meant to be doing, what its sort of general idea is, right? So here we've given it a bit of context about its role, and then what it actually does, right? So we say you're Amy, an assistant at RJ Fitness, a personal training gym based in London. You have 20 years of experience helping people achieve their health and fitness goals. So we just give it a little bit more context on what it actually is. Then we have the user prompt. So we've got the user and assistant prompt, right? So the user prompt is the prompt that we as the user feed into the AI. So whenever you're using ChatGPT just through the web interface, through just ChatGPT online, this is the prompt that you're feeding in. You're feeding in the user prompt. And then the assistant information is what is spat out by the LLM, so by ChatGPT. That is the assistant information. But what we can do here is we can feed in the user information. We can also feed in assistant information as well if we wanted to. So we can basically give it an example of a user prompt and then give it the assistant information that it would spit out when that user prompt is fed in. So that's one way of actually training these, this completion prompt to be able to give a little bit more accurate information, right? But in this case, we don't use the assistant prompt. We just use the user role here. So you can see here we've given it a bit more context. So we said a new lead has just filled out our website contact form. Your job is to write a personalized initial message to reach out to them. Your message should be based on the following input information provided by the lead. So we give the first name, we give the health and fitness goals information, we give what is holding you back from hitting these goals, and then we give on a scale of 1 to 10 how committed and ready are you to make a change. So then what happens is your task is to analyze all of this information and generate a personalized text message for this person. The message should be very relevant to this specific person only, and it should be 3 or 4 sentences long. It must include this question at the end: what have you tried in the past to help you work towards these goals? Here's an example of what you could output for a different need. So it says, hey Steve, Amy here from RJ Fitness. Just seen your contact form entry on our website. Notice you're looking to lose 5 kilos and build some muscle, but need help staying on track to reach these goals. We've recently helped Dave lose 10 kilos in 3 months whilst putting on muscle and burning fat. So what have you tried in the past to help you work towards these goals? So this is just an example, just giving it a bit more information on what it can actually produce. So the idea here is it sort of just kind of gives a bit more context on why it's messaging. And then it says, gives a bit more relevance. So this is the personalization section where it understands exactly what the lead is looking for. So it gives a bit more kind of mimics that and reflects that back to the lead. And then it will go through and basically share a case study showing how we've been able to hit these same goals with a different existing client. And then it goes on to ask a question just to get the conversation flowing again. So it's not too long. It just has, really, really clear structure. And obviously you can change this if you wanted to. So if you wanted to make it shorter for your business, if you've noticed that works better with the types of clients you interact with, then that's entirely possible just by adjusting this prompt. But yeah, this is kind of how it would work. And then you've also got advanced settings. So these will turn off, right? But we've got advanced settings here where you can adjust the temperature, which basically controls how random and how much the AI stays on track. So we just turn that off because you don't really need to play around with that. But if you notice the AI is not following the instructions as closely as possible, then I suggest reducing this temperature to 0.5 or maybe even 0.1 if you want it, if it's really going off track there. But yeah, we keep it on 1, just on default. But you can adjust that if you want to. So we just save that. And then what we do is once that message is created, we then pass it through to Go High Level. So Go High Level has the contact ID from the webhook step, and we would just need to pass through the AI message that we want to send out. So we literally just paste that in here, and that will update the contact. It will update the relevant contact within Go High Level. So if we go back to Go High Level, once this workflow is done, this workflow essentially processes the data we've collected from the lead, generates the initial text message, so the personalized text message, and then it relays that back to Go High Level by updating the contact in Go High Level. So if we go back to Go High Level, we have 2 workflows for this process, right? So the first one is when we get a new lead come through. That's the first workflow that I spoke about. Then the second workflow is to actually send out that personalized message. So what happens here is this is triggered when the contact is changed. So when the AI text message field has changed, so if we scroll down, so when this AI text message field has changed, because it's been populated with a new message, that means that it will be changed, right? So when that's changed, it will trigger this automation, and then through the SMS step, we then send out the text message via SMS. So if you're using WhatsApp, if you're using Go High Level for SMS, then you can obviously send it out via SMS. If you integrate WhatsApp, then you wouldn't be able to do this because with the WhatsApp integration, you need leads to have actually interacted with your business prior to being able to send out a custom WhatsApp message. So if you're using the built-in WhatsApp integration within Go High Level, then you will need to just use a template. But if you're using SMS or if you've got WAGHL integrated, which basically allows you to connect your existing WhatsApp account with Go High Level, then you can do this step. So essentially, if you have WhatsApp on your mobile phone, you can just connect it to Go High Level just as you would with WhatsApp Web. You can literally scan a QR code in Go High Level, and it will just add your WhatsApp account to Go High Level, but it would replace the SMS functionality within Go High Level. So if you're in a country where maybe the SMS is unavailable and WhatsApp is widely used, then you can just follow this exact same process, but instead configure WAGHL instead of using the SMS functionality within Go High Level. But that's pretty much it for this video. That's exactly how the AI assistant would work in terms of creating personalized messages. And then to build upon this, you can actually go ahead and build out custom AI agents which can carry on the full conversation. So when that lead goes ahead and responds, we can have an AI agent which is able to analyze the response and then continue the conversation with the lead and just continue until it's booked them in for either a call or for an introductory offer. So yeah, that's pretty much how this works. If you want this completely for free, then head on over to automations.rjmediahub.com and you can scroll through all of my templates. You'll find all of the templates available here completely for free, so you can download them and use them for yourself. And if you want to schedule a call with myself and actually allow me to walk you through an automation and kind of pick on your business and find out where the highest leverage automations would fit in, then you can book in a call via my website here and we can go ahead and discuss and figure out where AI and automations can fit in. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button and please drop a comment down below if you have any future recommendations regarding systems you want to watch me build out. But yeah, thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one. Thanks.